Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to part 4 of our look at Axis and Allies Online, that is Axis and Allies 1942 Online, developed by Breamdog. This is a digital adaptation of the 1942 board game by Avalon Hill, published by Hasbro, and we're in part 4 of our series here in my first look at the game. We're playing as the Axis. We're doing relatively well. It hasn't seemed super difficult. We've seemed to roll relatively well, and overall things are going pretty decently. We've had some success in North Africa. We've really driven to the gates of Moscow, and we have just taken India as Japan. Meanwhile, the American fleet has been wiped out on multiple occasions, the British fleet also being wiped out, and things are going reasonably well for the Axis, pretty much in all regards. With that being said, this was taken from a live stream from just the other day, so there is a little bit of chat with the chat, but for the most part, this is a gameplay-oriented video. And with that being said, that's enough of me jibber-jabbering. I'll go ahead and jump out. I will transition the video over to the live stream, and we'll pick up right where we left off at the conclusion of our last video. I hope you guys sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. As always, leave your thoughts below, and I'll catch you guys up at the end. Meanwhile, I guess our naval battle gets to happen now. I don't know why it made me fight the other one first. Hey, Newhauser, how you doing? Okay, so C-Zone 54. Oh, J Street, thanks for the bits again. Yes, wait, it's your birthday? Happy birthday, man. I just caught on to that, okay. And Charcoal, thanks for the resub. I do appreciate it. I saw that too. All right, so we've got 2 destroyers, a battleship, and a bomber going against 1 American destroyer. That might be a little overkill. And there you go. There's like 1 destroyer. There you go. We already won. Just a matter of whether they get any hits, and even if they do, we can just absorb the damage with our battleship. So here's the defender roll. They miss. And the American Navy in the Pacific continues to get obliterated. 15 IPCs lost to no purpose. So that turn was bad for the Allies. The Japanese inflicted 65 IPCs at only 13 lost. Even though they make more money, I mean, that's just not a super sustainable process for the Americans. Meanwhile, our bomber lands there. We've got to land our fighters. Where can we land these fighters? Where do we want to land these fighters? Oh, nice. Okay, so we can land them. The problem is they can't really participate in the offensive against Moscow because I can't have my Japanese and Germans move at the same turn, but they can participate in the defensive. So we could do that, or we could fly them north and try to get them up here to support the attack over there. I think eventually we will, but we'll probably fly them an attack here next turn. But for the moment, let's add in the defensive because they get to defend at 3 or at 4. So we'll have 3 land in the Caucasus. We'll have 1 land here. So that'll be nice. Ooh, we could even use the Japanese troops here in India and land in Africa. Maybe land them in South Africa or something like that next turn. All right, so non-combatant moves. All of our aircraft have landed, I think. So now what we really need to do is maybe prepare for the invasion of America. America! So let's build up a massive fleet off the coast of America so that the Americans can't build anything there and that perhaps we can prepare for the invasion there. Okay. And then if they do move anything through the Suez Canal, we can just jump on it and destroy it right away. We will need some troop transports there to prepare for this invasion. Might actually make more sense to go for Mexico first, to land in Mexico to establish a base. Although it would be appealing to just roll over the Americans right away. We'll have to see. All right, in terms of moving other troops, I think most of our other guys have already moved. These guys haven't in French Indochina, right? So move them up here toward Yunnan, just in case the Americans get a little bit aggressive and land there. And these guys have already moved. right, so let's end that phase. Let's go ahead and deploy our units. So we're going to need to build some transports, but we'll put a second tank in the home islands. We'll put 2 tanks in Manchuria. And then I think we'll also put one of our transports here. And we'll put our fighter unit in Japan. It'll fly out to one of the carriers in a turn or two. All right, so now we're going to move on to the American turn, and we'll see what they do to try and counter us. Japan gained 2 territories, 4 national production. So Americans are going to be doing some combat. Whoa, what's going on here? Bombing raid on Germany. Why did I not get to see the combat last turn? Wait, it doesn't actually let me see the combat? Americans are going after the Japanese fleet, or the German fleet, off the coast. They're moving transports through the Suez. That is, or not through the Suez, through the Panama Canal. That's a bad idea, America. All right, so now it's the Soviet turn. What are they going to... I can't even keep track of what's going on. The Soviets didn't counterattack at all. Looks like the Soviets are really just focused. Victory is near. Take 1 more victory city and hold it until the end of the round to win. So, I don't know what the victory city is. I'm guessing it's Moscow would certainly be a victory city. It doesn't look like the Russians are doing anything to try and... I just don't think I have the strength here to go for it yet. Although the Germans lost a shit ton of industry there. All right, so we got to spend money to repair. So we're repairing our industry that was bombed in Germany. I think for our land units, or maybe for our air units, we'll go with bombers. Go with 3 bombers and a fighter. Really build up the Luftwaffe for the attack on Moscow, probably. All right, so the combat phase, assuming we don't take it this turn, which I don't think we will. Yeah, this guy can't reach there. But the Americans have no transports. Well, they do have... That's not true, actually. They've got 2 transports off the east coast. We have nothing to stop them. They did destroy this transport here of ours off the coast of Italy. So I think what I'm going to do... I don't know. What do I want to do with these guys? Load up these troops in Italy and send them where? Could send them to Morocco in the Allied rear. I would have rather landed 1 at Gibraltar, too. Doesn't really accomplish a whole lot to do that, but... Alright, let's say we did want to attack Moscow. What could we bring to bear against them? Not enough, I don't think. But let's just see. Just for the sake of... Whoops. Of planning, if we were to fight the Battle of Moscow right now, what could we do to them? This would be it would be a big battle for sure, no matter what. It's just a question of whether we would actually have enough. The one thing is, I'm not sure we're getting... like, my fear is that the Americans land in France, and then the war is, like, they're on the verge of winning, just without us really being able to respond. But I would love to get these 5 units here in Ukraine up. So what would this result in? 1, they'd lose 2 more hit points in Volga. These tanks can't get there. Can these units participate? No, the Japanese fighters can't participate. The fighter here on northwestern Europe is out of range. Okay. So we would be up against 25 2-dice rolls. We would have 4, 6, 7, 7 threes, no, 8 threes. We would have, so 25 twos versus 8 threes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. Yeah, you're right. The victory points are probably the stars on the map. Is France a victory point? It isn't. But I don't know what the difference between the squares and the stars are. Because there's squares and there's stars. The stars are the capitals. The squares must be the victory points. All right. I'm going to gamble here, and if we fail, all may be lost. So let's do that. So combat phase, we successfully took Morocco. And now we're going to fight a battle here in Russia to win the war. This is to win the war, folks. We're going to be going up against 25 dice rolls of a 2. We have 4 1s, 8 2s, 9 3s, and 1 4. So that gives us a total of 10, 18, 22 units versus 25. We have higher. I don't really know where the edge is here because they have what, 3 more units than we do, but they roll on average at a slightly lower level than us. So the advantage might be for us. So let's hope that we do well. And of course the level 1s did jack shit. So good job there, gentlemen. How about the 2s? There's 1. Just 1. It's not a good start. Oh no, 2. We got 2. All right, so let's go with the 3s here. We got 9 3s. Okay, so we've knocked out a third of their infantry. I guess I had hoped to do more on the first roll. I'm really worried what 25 2s could do. We had 1 more with our 4s, and here comes the Soviet onslaught. 25 dice rolls. 2 or better. Holy shit. Well, they did 9 damage. The good news is we can take the hits, a good chunk of them, at the 1s. So we can... Why can't I do more on 1s? So all of our infantry is gone. God damn it, Rodinia! Okay, so what does that leave us? They've got 17 units at 2 or less. We have 3 2 or lesses, 9 3s, and 1 4. So that gives us 13 to 17, but a better dice roll percentage. So we're going to press the attack. We only get 1 hit there. All right, so 7 more damage done there. Please give us at least 1 more on a 4. Damn it. This doesn't feel good, guys. 7 more hits. Well, that was 7 to 7, so I guess at least in that case it was an even split when I think about it that way. We have to we have to have at least 1 armor unit survive so we can actually take the hex. Oh my god. So we have 6 units left versus their 10, but ours roll at a much better percentage. I don't understand. Like, that roll felt really holy fuck, we didn't get a single hit? You gotta be shitting me. I can't retire anymore. They gotta let them counterattack. Oh my god. Yeah, we're retiring now, but it's too late. Holy fuck. That was horrible. They got 2 to 1 advantages against us there. Fucking A, that was bullshit. I don't even know what I built. Oh, fuck. I didn't even move units. God damn it, I'm so flustered that I didn't even move units. So now they can just roll in here. Retake Western Russia. Fucking A. The British are building transports. That's encouraging. Victory is near. Oh, joy. God damn it. You suck. You suck at... I'm confused. Did I just skip my Japanese turn? What am I doing? What is my brain doing? Why are we back into the German combat move phase? We're not in the German combat move phase. Oh, it's Japan. Why does it still show Germany up there? God damn it. My brain is fried. Just like my armies. All right, let's go for the Soviet Far East. Let's try and knock that out. Meanwhile, the Japanese... Let's do this. We're gonna land in Rhodesia, take Rhodesia from the British. There you go. Okay. So, combat there. These guys can't reach anything, can they? No, they can't. Let's have these guys fly here. All right. We'll also have these fighters here. I think we'll leave them on the defensive here to ensure that the Russians don't retake the Caucasus. So that's all fighting. We're going to fight a battle here for sure. We're going to fight a battle down here. Got to destroy these American transports. Let's also move one of these battleships down here to Central Asia. I thought I had some transports off the coast of Japan. Didn't I build that? Combat. All right, so let's fight in the Soviet Far East first. We got an American fighter and a Soviet infantry versus whatever I'm throwing at them. Hopefully it's enough. 2 3s, 2 2s. Or 2 3s, 2 1s, my bad. Alright, so we knock out one. Of course they get a hit there. The American fighter gets to roll and also gets a hit. So now let's hope our 3s can press the attack and win. Hey! Good rolls in Russia, finally. All right, we took another hit, but whatever. We destroyed the... at the end of the day, we destroyed the American fighter unit there, and we took the base. So it's a victory, even though I think we lost more. Oh, it's about even. About a flat split. Okay, so Soviet Far East is now Japanese as well. We're going to be fighting here off the American West Coast against the American Navy. Two American destroyers versus the bulk of the Japanese fleet. Good luck, buddies. You're gonna need it. Just gotta hope they don't do any damage on their counterattack. Alright, so the American fleet's dead. Now they're gonna counter, and we're gonna lose 1 unit. I'll take the hit on a carrier. I have carriers to spare, said Japan never. Okay. Wow, Charcoal, 7 months as a subscriber. That's a long time, man. Thanks. All right, so another naval battle here. This is destroyer and transports, I think, or cruiser. No, 2 destroyers, 2 transports. I probably didn't send enough units there. Although the battleships can take damage and not sink. So there go the destroyers, actually. All right, so that should be a victory. And they can't do anything against us. Success. So 2 more transports, 2 more destroyers sunk off the American coast. 30 IPCs to no damage there. So that's a good result for us. Do we have any other combat phases? Yeah, we're attacking here in China. Land on the east coast of America. Well, I don't have enough men to do it yet, but that is the intention eventually. I probably should have just focused on Russia. That would have been the smart thing. But in any event, I took 1 hit there. That's fine. Last American unit in Asia is dead. China has fallen. Chiang Kai-shek is no more. Mao Zedong is probably hiding in a cave somewhere in China, biding his time. All right, so non-combatant move phase. We're going to move to the Caucasus. He may counterattack or reach out or try, take Archangel or take a few more of these bases here. But at the end of the day, my focus for Germany is this. He may overreach himself now that he has succeeded in doing severe damage to us, and we will counterattack through the Caucasus in 2 turns. That's the hope anyway. Delusions, perhaps, but that's the hope. Meanwhile, the Japanese will continue to advance toward Russia as well. This armored unit can move to the Caucasus also. Nice. Man, I really fucked up by not being able to move those units to Western Russia. That was just a big, big mistake. I could have sworn I had some transports here off the coast of Japan, but apparently not. Meanwhile, we'll move this forward. Okay. All right, this bomber needs to land somewhere. Land him at Wake Island. All right, so that'll end the phase. We'll go ahead and deploy. Did I not actually buy any transports this turn? I know, I think I bought 2, right? All right, so that should be... We'll put those off the coast of Japan. We'll deploy some bombers. Maybe we'll actually try and soften Moscow up next turn. Deploy some bombers to India. Because really, at the end of the day, that's got to be our primary focus. If we can take Moscow, then we win. Unless the Americans counterattack and retake a major city. I like that it's showing a Japanese aircraft dropping a torpedo for a bombing raid on Germany. What is happening? What am I watching? Oh, the Americans are attacking in Egypt. Germany loses in Egypt. I don't know what just happened. Holy blitz through here. Actually, if we lose Egypt, that's a victory city, isn't it? All right, guys, and that's going to do it for this episode. Just a good natural stopping point. A little bit of a shorter video than usual, but we saw a massive attack on Russia in this turn. It didn't go our way, but I'm confident with the damage that we've done that as long as the Americans don't launch a massive amphibious assault in Western Europe, that we should be able to survive and win this war. We really just have to take Moscow and hold it for a turn, and the game will be ours, but that still is work to do. So that will be something that we will pick up in our next video. As always, guys, I hope you're enjoying the series. Please leave your thoughts down below, and I will catch you guys next time on our next look at Axis and Allies 1942 online by Breamdog. Until then, though, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.